Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. And how's they been? Welcome to today's webinar. I can't see how many people are here now. So if you're in the live stream, just give us that emoji, like put in a fire emoji. Let's just know where you're streaming from. Let's know where you're streaming from. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. This is Parents Supporting Parents in the UK. Welcome to today's webinar. Welcome. Let's just know where you are streaming from or where you're joining us from in the UK in the comments section. I can't see the comments coming in. Okay, thank you, Atinuke from Catering. Thank you, Kendi. Thank you from Bristol. Thank you. Let's just to see. Let's give 1 or 2 minutes for more people to join us. Yeah, so if you're here, just go post in all your groups, all the people that you know that needs today's webinar. Today's webinar is just going to be very superb. I know we had one last week, and here we are again today for another explosive seminar. So this is Parents Supporting Parents in the UK, and we've been having a couple of webinars for the past 1 year since we've started. And thank you, Ade Davis from Hall. Thank you. Let's just to give more people to join us. Bimbo, thank you, Bimbo from Manchester. Thank you. So I think I'm just going to quickly give a brief rundown of what we do in Parents Supporting Parents in the UK. It's just to manage our time very well, and then we can dive into what we have for today. Thank you, Joy from Hisborn. So Parents Supporting Parents in the UK, this is actually our vision. As we can see on the slides, we are a group of Nigerian parents where we empower ourselves here in the UK to thrive in a very diverse society, right? And while doing this, we're also making sure that we're raising awesome families and fostering a sense of community. Our tagline is supporting each other and raising strong families. So our mission as well as a group is to provide a supportive and inclusive environment, right, where Nigerian parents, in the UK can share experiences, access resources, and then we build this strong community, right, where we also learn. I think in the group, if you've been in the group, you know how, it's been a very supportive group, and that's actually the mission of the group. We collaborate with ourselves, advocate for ourselves as well, right? So through these two major things, right, collaboration and advocacy, we aim to equip Nigerian parents, right, with the tools and the knowledge that is required to navigate the challenges of parenting, right, in a new country, this country that we have found ourselves in the UK, right, and to create a meaningful and a fulfilling lives for themselves and their children here in the UK. Currently, as of today, we have over 700 members. We have fathers, mothers, male and female, right, in the group, all residents in the UK. And so these are our values, right? Respect, empathy, mutual support, education, advocacy, community engagement. So that's the values that drive the group. Like I said earlier, we've had couples of webinars in 2024. We had about 5 webinars in 2024. And here we are in 2025. We've got couples of webinars upcoming. And then in 2025, last week, I think we had the webinar of financial freedom for families. If you were in that, if you were in that webinar, just drop the fire emoji. It was really, really, really enlightening and motivating. People have started taking steps and implementing. And today is our second webinar for 2025, where we're going to be learning about strategies to enhance our productivity, right? And next month in February, we have the next webinar, Transition to Tech. You don't want to miss that webinar, Transitioning to Tech in 2025, what you need to know. So, like we said, this is a very powerful community. Other activities that we do, right, in PSP UK, we will have intercessory prayers every Tuesday. We have a Bible club, Good News Bible Club, that holds every Wednesday by 6 p.m. We have monthly prayer meeting, every last Friday of the month. It depends. It could be a Thursday, it could be a Friday. And then we also have like a monthly webinar at least once a month. I think this month, this is our second webinar for January. So those are the activities that we do. Then our upcoming activities, we have charity project coming up, and then we are planning to have a summer hangout in 2025. Yes, so we're planning to have a summer hangout in August 2025. And then these are like the admin, these are the contacts of the admin, right? So for partnership or collaboration, these are our contacts here on the YouTube. If you are on this live stream and you have not yet subscribed, subscribe to PSPI UK, and then make sure you like our videos, our webinar. So these are the numbers of the admin. If you're interested in joining us, this is the barcode. Just scan it and join us. Please note, we only accept UK numbers. If it's a Nigerian number, we're not going to accept that. It's just about about protecting the group from people, from scammers. Okay, so thank you very much, everyone. And then we are going to start our webinar for today in no time now. I'm just going to give a brief intro of our speaker today. Her name is Bola Oyinloye. You really want to listen to her. You really, really do want to listen to her. Bola is a dedicated leader. She's a speaker and she's also a coach. She's got about over 20 years of experience, right, in different areas such as people management, organizational change, project delivery, and leadership, right? She's also got, Bola also has got a background in cognitive neuroscience and then organization psychology as well. She's the founder and the CEO of Surgir, I don't know if I pronounced that properly, of Surgir Consulting Services. And to cap it all, she is a certified John Maxwell Leadership Coach. So I'm very sure that we are ready to get that explosive, information, explosive charge from her for us to just, move and dive through 2025, on the wings of the spirit. So over to our speaker. Thank you very much. Yeah. Welcome.
Thank you.
It's good to have you. It's good to have you. Thank you for joining us today. I'm not going to take too much of your time. I've done just a mini intro. I'm sure you'll see introduce yourself properly to everyone. And I'm going to just leave the stream down for you to take up the stage. I think you have a nice 60 to 70 minutes thereabout to just, to give us what you have for us. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Amazing. Thank you so much for me. Hello again, PSP. I came last year. I came to spend some time with you all last year and it was amazing. It was amazing. How is everyone doing? It's so lovely to be here. I'm so excited. And the topic we're talking about today, last time we talked about finding yourself in the business of UK. And it was an interesting session with you all. Today's session is strategies to enhance your productivity. And I like productivity. I like to talk about productivity. Because productivity is something that moves you from one place to another, from what you're desiring to where you want to be. So we're going to be talking about enhancing your productivity today. Now, I don't know whether my slides are showing. Should I go? Amazing. Thank you, superstars. Thank you so much. Right. Okay. So let's dive straight in. I've been told I have about 60, 70 minutes for us to chat. And I can see my slides now. Thank you so much. And it's going to be an engaging session. Welcome to those who are coming for the first time. Welcome to those who have come again. You're going to enjoy yourself for the next 60, 70 minutes. It's going to be an interactive session. So please do drop comments. I like interactive sessions. I've made it such that you have access to a workbook. So if you go on my website and download the workbook, because we're going to be using workbook as we go. So I'm not going to be talking the whole 60 to 70 minutes. Okay. So if you want to take a minute now, the tech ladies have put up the websites. Go on www. whatever they've put there and download the workbook. Okay. If you can't download the workbook now, that's fine. It's not the end of the world. You can write whatever you want to, as we go through the session, you can write it on paper. You can download later. You can take some time later to reflect on the session and then, use the workbook. But the workbook is free. So please help yourself to it. So if we get in then, can we have the link to the website, please? Can they have the link to the website, please? I can see it on screen. Can you maybe drop it in? I don't know whether you can drop in the chat. Welcome, Adiola. It's good to have you here. There we go. It's been dropped in there. Hopefully it's can everyone see it? And yeah, download the workbook if you can. If not, let's go through it on paper. Right, so quick intro. Thank you, Fumi, for that wonderful intro. And I'll just say a couple more things there. My passion is about empowering people. I just love to empower people. I love to add value to people so that we can all live a maximized life. And I love the reason, and I love, this session that we're having. I love the fact that you've taken time to want to, improve yourself in that sense. So this is what I love to do. This is what I love to talk about. I'm a project delivery professional. I'm a people coach, and I coach people on personal growth and professional development. I do confidence coaching, interview coaching, CV coaching. I offer 30 minutes free coaching assessment sessions. So if you go on my website, you will find you can engage 30 minutes free coaching session with myself. Background, like Fumi said, is in cognitive neuroscience and organizational psychology. And I'm the founder of Surgir Consulting Services, where we desire to help people move from know-how to do now. And that's it about me. So what's the purpose of today's session? I was thinking about enhancing productivity. And for you to enhance your productivity, you need to know where you're coming from. So I thought we're going to take some time to think about where we're coming from, which is 2024. How was 2024 for you? And then we're going to set the tone for 2025. Where do I want to go in 2025? How productive do I want 2025 to be? And then in the middle, we need to know strategies, systems, tools, things that will help us go from where we're coming from to where we want to go to. So that's the purpose for today's session. Okay. Right. So I did say we're going to go through activities. But before we do that, the first thing you probably want to be thinking about is, what does enhancing productivity mean? All right. So enhancing productivity, it means improving your efficiency and effectiveness in completing your tasks and goals, in achieving your dream. It also means being intentional about your life, avoiding loss or waste of time in your production and in your function. All right. When you enhance productivity, is about elevating your energy, exaggerating your effectiveness, and enhancing your efficacy. All right. It's about enlarging your efficiency. Enhance your productivity as well means you have to destabilize your default mode of operation so that you can begin to direct yourself in the direction of your desired outcome, desired dreams. And to enhance your productivity, before we get there, to enhance it, you need to transport, you need to transpose, and you need to transition from your current mindset, from your current way of thinking. You need a paradigm shift that takes you to where you want to go. You need to be deliberate in terms of changing your course. All right. When you enhance your productivity, you amplify your power to produce, and you amplify your power to produce in abundance, in a greater measure. Okay, you magnify your outcome. That's what enhancing productivity is about. By enhancing your productivity, you will achieve more in less time. All right, that's the whole idea. You achieve more, you reduce stress, you create a balanced and fulfilling life. All right. When you enhance your productivity, you have to adopt strategies, you have to adopt habits, you have to adopt tools that help you make the most of your time and resources. All right. And the most expensive resource, by the way, is you. So you have to invest in yourself to be able to maximize your productivity. Okay. I wrote, you can see a quote there. I put a quote there that productivity is never an accident. It is always the result of a commitment to excellence, intelligent planning, and focused efforts. So productivity has to be deliberate. It has to be intentional. It won't happen by accident. And when you're productive, there are a lot of benefits to it. When you maximize your productivity, when you focus on enlarging your efficiency, when you focus on enhancing your efficacy, when you focus on elevating your energy, when you focus on exaggerating your effectiveness, there is a lot of benefit to it. One being you would achieve your goals. You have a clear sense of accomplishments, clear sense of direction. You manage your energy well, you manage your time well. You would improve your quality of life, your quality of work. You'd have better work-life balance. Your career will go to another level. All right. So it's worth it, I would think. If you've managed to download the workbook, I want you to maybe take a minute or two to do that activity one. So the activity one is, what does enhanced productivity mean to you? So I've done a lot of description around what enhanced productivity means, but what does it mean to you? All right. What does it mean to you? What would the benefit be to you? So if you improve from where you were last year, if you improve this year, if you enhance your productivity this year, what will the benefit be to you? Would it be a better work-life balance? Would it be achieving more goals? Would it be being more organized? Would it be stress reduced? Would it be better health? What will it be to you? So I'll give you a minute. If you want to put it in the comments as well, feel free to, but I'll give you a minute or two to do that. Okay. Can I move us on? So I'll move us on to, I've listed out these 7 key aspects of enhancing productivity because I'm not going to go into all of them today because we don't have enough time. But I thought, let me just list them anyway. You can take them away, you can think about them. To improve, to amplify your power to produce in abundance, you've got to set clear goals. All right. One of the big aspects, I believe, of enhancing your productivity, of producing more, of streamlining your work process, of producing at a greater level, is making sure you're clear on the direction you want to go. So setting your goal is one key aspect. The other one is you've got to plan, you've got to organize. You can't just leave, as someone would say, anyhow. you've got to plan, you've got to be organized. Another thing is you've got to develop good habits. You've got to create good habits, develop effective habits. Another key one is time management. You need to manage your time well. You can't let things come your way from left, right, and center, and you attend to everything. And it comes again from setting your goal. When you set your goal, you will know the things you need to focus on and the ones to just let slide. Another aspect of enhancing your productivity would be around tools. So if you use the right tools, they will help you in enhancing your productivity. Continuous improvement is another key one. So you continuously review, where am I? Where are the gaps? What do I need to learn? And as you do that, you will automatically increase how productive you are. And minimizing distraction is a big one. Minimizing distraction, decluttering is another one that helps us in being more productive. Okay. Right, now I'm going to start on 2024. I'm going to start on 2024. Because like I said, to enhance your productivity, you need to think about where you're coming from. You need to think about your productivity in 2024. What was your productivity like? What could you have done better? What level did you aspire to get to and you did not accomplish? Yeah. And then the next step will be to define what your ultimate year would look like. And we'll do that in a second as well. What would a productive 2025 look like? What goals are you going to be setting? What aspirations are you going to write down? What would you like to accomplish? And then in the middle, like we said, we'll talk about strategies, but I want to give us another minute, and it's going to be a minute. You might not be able to do all of this activity, by the way, in this session, in these few minutes that they've given me, but you would find more results if you go away, reflect, take some time on your own, and make sure you complete the activity. It will help you. You know, when we write, it helps us. It tricks our brain to seeing the reality of what we're writing. So writing helps significantly. So write what you can in the 1 minute I'm going to give you. You know, what was your most significant achievement in 2024? What would you have liked to do that you haven't done? What obstacles or challenges did you encounter? What stopped you from being as productive as you wanted to be, basically? Okay. Let me get a thumbs up in the chat if you've done that, or at least you've put something down. At least one thing. You might not have filled all the boxes, but at least have you put one thing down? So that I'm not moving us too fast. I want to get a reaction. Have you written? Wonderful. Thank you for me. I'll wait for one more comment and then I'll move on. Reflection. What was your 2024 like? Amazing. Beautiful. Okay. So we don't learn from experience. We learn from reflecting on our experiences. So taking time to reflect will do us a whole lot of good. Okay. So let us go to that first pillar that I want to talk about in terms of you know, elevating your outcomes this year, one key thing that you want to make sure you do is you set goals. You set goals. You make sure you have goals. Setting goals is one of the biggest determinants of your productivity level in any and every area of your life. You know, we have different areas, different categories of different areas of our life. But when we set goal, we're setting ourselves up for greatness. If you don't know where you're going, how will you know when you've gotten there? You won't know. And the trouble with not having a goal is that you can spend your life running up and down the field and never score because you won't even know whether you've scored or not. All right. Goal setting is very powerful because it provides focus. It provides focus. It shapes your dreams. It gives you the ability to hone in on the actions you need to perform. Okay. It gives you that motivation to go on. I've got a couple more quotes here. Goal setting is powerful because it provides focus. Like I said, it shapes our dreams. It gives us the ability to hone in on the exact actions we need to perform to achieve everything we desire in life. When you set a clear goal, you will know the things you need to do day in, day out. You know the things that they're good, but they're not for you. All right. When you set goals, is the first step, and I like this, is the first step in turning the invisible into the visible. So you use your goals to bring your future into the present. And as you bring it into the present, you'll be able to shape yourself into becoming that person that needs to achieve the goal. But until you write it down, until you take time to, think about what is it that I want to achieve and begin to just write it down. Setting goals, like I said, is vital if you want to realize your dream. If you want to be productive at all, goals they will give you direction. They will move you ahead in life, in your career, in personal life. They will help you. It's crucial. And goals also, like I said, increase energy. It increases excitement. It increases productivity. It helps you determine measurable outcomes as well. All right. And everything you want to achieve will be based on how good your goals are. Goal setting can help you decide what matters most. It helps you spend your energy wisely. It gives you a clear plan and path for your life. When you set goals, let me tell you something else. It will trigger inspiration. You'll be inspired. You wanna get out of bed every morning. It motivates you. It ensures you're focusing on your biggest priorities. But what we need to be careful of is we must make sure that we're not just setting goals, we are having goals with a plan. If not, if your goals don't have a plan, they will remain a wish. All right. So make sure they have a plan, but I'll talk about that in a second. I love this. I love these 7 steps. I learned it from Brian Tracy that help you achieve your goal. So the first step is be clear on what you want to achieve. What is it that you want to achieve? And we're focusing on 2025. So start thinking about it. And you're going to write it down. I like writing down. You're going to write down in a minute. But start thinking about, if you don't already, what do you want to achieve in the next 12 months? What do you want to achieve? So the first step in Brian Tracy's 7 steps is, what do I want to achieve? And then what is most important to achieve? So if there was a magic wand shaking, or if you shook a magic wand, that's the right way to say it. If you shook a magic wand and you can only achieve one of that goal, which one would it be? Or what will give you the most satisfaction when you get to December 2025 and you're like, I achieved this goal? That will determine your order of priority. So you want to prioritize your goals. Which ones are most important? You want to mind the language you're using. Try not to use languages that are far in the future. Use either present or past. So I earned this, or I weighed that, or I earned this, or I weighed that. And your goals must have a deadline, a clear deadline. When do you want to achieve the goal by? Number 4, you create a list of actions. You think about the goal, right? We've got the goal. What are the things I need to do? What are all the activities I need to do to accomplish them? So you write all the actions, then you organize the list of actions into a checklist. You create actionable steps. What do I need to do? And then you can start ticking the checklist. And number 6 is big. You've got to take action immediately. If not, you'll be caught in what we call analysis paralysis. There's some people that are just constantly thinking, oh, I want to achieve this, I want to achieve that. If I then go over there, I want to do that, but they're not taking action. We have people that are not taking enough actions. We're letting things hold us back. Where different things hold people back, being afraid of success, afraid of what people will say. And we're not just going for what is in our hearts to achieve. We're not going for what is in our minds. Just, you've got to try. If you never start, you will never know how far you will go. But if you don't take action, you will not know how far you can go. So if you want to achieve any goal, any dream, any desire, any longing, you've got to take action. Don't worry too much that it's not perfect to start with. Just start. And then what I find is when you start, you begin to attract the right people that will help you in achieving those goals. Number 7 is do something on your goal every day. Every day. And another thing I will say before I leave there is make sure your goal is visible. When your goal is visible, you're more likely to achieve the goal. Don't write goals. And I've been a victim of that in the past. Write it in a nice, lovely, beautiful journal. But then I probably remember like 3, 4, 5 months down the line. You want to make sure your goals are visible. Put it on a post-it on your mirror, put it on a screensaver on your phone. Look at it regularly. How am I doing on my goal? And when you do something every day, repeatedly, eventually it becomes a routine. Okay, so those are the 7 steps to bear in mind if you want to achieve your goal. Right, I said the goal, the first step was to be clear on your goal. You've got to be clear. If you want to go somewhere, you've got to be clear on the direction you want to go. So you must have heard about the SMART technique. And for those that haven't, I will go through it. It's basically the SMART technique is, it stands for your goal has to be specific. It has to be measurable. It has to be achievable. It has to be relevant, and it has to be time bound. All right. So when it's specific, you can relate with it. That's what we mean by specific. All right. When you set your goal, it has to be one that you understand what the goal is about. All right. And you can measure it as well. You can measure the goal. So I've given us a few examples, but before I go there, I want to talk about why some people don't set SMART goals. And I think the main reason is because a lot of people don't take time to think about the goal, and they don't take time to write down step by step how they want to achieve it. So say, for example, this one in front of us, you want to develop a reading routine, a daily morning reading routine. You've got to write it specifically. I want to read every morning. Why do I want to read? When you're clear on your why, you're more motivated on your goal as well. So I want to read every morning to improve my confidence, improve my knowledge, and improve my cognitive capacity. And like I said, it's got to be measurable. So how am I going to measure it? I'll track the duration every day. And then the goal, you need to set goals that are achievable. So you say, I start with a 20-minute session every morning, then I gradually increase it to a 40 minutes session over the course of a month. The goal has also got to be relevant to you. What's the relevance of this goal to your life? So here I said, enhancing personal growth, adaptability, and self-motivation to start the day positively. So if I create a daily morning reading routine, it will enhance my personal growth. It will help me, will get me ready for a good day. And then you've got to put time on it. When do you want to do this by? You've got to put time. And I've said, maintain the daily reading routine for the next 3 months. All right. I wrote example because I found out that in most of my workshops, people ask about examples around SMART goals. Okay. I've got another example. I've got a couple more. This one is about moving to project management role. And I'll let you read it for a minute. Okay. So you can see the specificity in the goal, sorry. I'm moving from one role into somewhere. That's what I want to accomplish. I'm measuring it. This is how I'm going to measure it. Make it something you can achieve. I want to do 5 hours per week. What's the relevance of this? Okay. So I've just gone one. What's the relevance and what is the time frame that I'm going to be using for my goal? All right. And I'll give us one last example around saving. This one comes up a lot, and I'm hoping this example will help you. Be specific. This is around finances. This is around me wanting to save. I want to save 5,000 for an emergency fund. I want to save 5,000 for whatever. How am I going to measure it? What is achievable? What can I put aside every month towards this? What's the relevance? If I build an emergency fund, it's going to provide financial security and peace of mind. Okay. And how long was the time bound? What's the duration? All right. So it's 10 months that I'm looking at. Okay. So we've talked about goal setting as one of the Fumi says you love this one on emergency fund. Yes, because I have to put a savings one there because, a lot of the productivity sessions that I have or conversations, even in coaching, is around saving. So let's save and save for holiday, save for, emergency. So we've talked about setting goals. All right. And we've talked about setting goals as one of the strategies to elevate your productivity this year. We'll go to another crucial backbone of streamlining your processes and heightening your performance this year in a minute. But before we do, for those that haven't set their goals this year, I want you to take a few minutes to write down whatever is coming to your mind in terms of what you would like or desire, where you would like to level up this year, where you would like to achieve more this year. So just take a few seconds to a minute and just write down. Again, this is an activity that you will do in more detail after this session. So activity 3 in your workbook is just list them. Just write everything that's coming to mind. Don't be afraid. Don't think about the how. Just write down the desire. Write down what you want to accomplish. Write down what you want to achieve. Just write it all down. Put it on a long list. Then remember what I said. The next step is think in terms of priority. What is most important? Which of this is most important? And then you can prioritize it. In activity sheet 4, you would see that I've blocked it. I've designed it in such a way 0 to 6 months, and 6 plus months. So what's most important for me to achieve in the next 6 months? And then, number it and think long term as well. So think short term, think long term. All right. I just love goals. They increase your focus. So I'll keep quiet for 1 minute, give you a minute to do that. Okay. A minute is probably not enough, but you're going to have to live with a minute. And then you can do a more justice to your goal setting after the session on your own. But hopefully, we've set the tone for you to start. Okay. Right. Okay. So what I included in this slide for you to see is by the time you've put all those things we've talked about together, you can then produce a personal productivity action plan where you write your goals. Yeah. And then you write the action steps. What are all the things I need to do? You write it as a checklist. Then you think about the time. What time of the day am I going to be doing these activities? What's the frequency? How frequently do I have to do this activity? What accountability system am I going to put in place to hold me accountable to this goal? And then you think about the review of the goal. How am I going to evaluate the goal? Am I going to review it every day? Am I going to review it, weekly? Think about accountability system, like, am I going to join a group? Am I going to get someone to call me? Would I put a reminder? So write all of those out if you want to be very, very productive. If you don't just want to write goals that at the end of the year, they will not be accomplished. Okay. Right. So I'm going to go to, like I said, the next sort of backbone, the next strategy to elevate your productivity this year. The next strategy is habits. And the first of the habits that I'm going to talk about is routines. The secret of your future is hidden in your daily routine. The secret of your future lies in your daily habits, the things you do every day. It's the seemingly small choices you make every day that make you. Whether it's, taking time to exercise, taking time to sleep, taking time to eat healthily, pursuing a passion, or simply reading, they all accumulate and define the trajectory of your life. All right. Success isn't a sudden event. Being maximized in your productivity doesn't just happen. It's built through consistent effort. It's built through dedication. It's built through commitment. Each day, remember, is a step towards who you are becoming. All right. And to elevate your game and become more productive, it takes dedication, it takes consistent effort. You begin to make your habit, but eventually your habit will make you. And a routine can seem mundane, it can become boring, but it's where the magic happens. It all compounds. Okay, so routine is a big one. Before I get to that, before I get to the benefits, I want to mention as well that you transform your life one day at a time by your routine. They compound over the months, over the years. And before you know it, you're at a level in terms of your productivity that you can't even believe. So setting up a daily routine filled with healthy habits can help you avoid feeling like your days are just flying by like a blur. You're like, what is going on? It's already end of the month. What have I what have I accomplished this year? What have I accomplished this month? What have I accomplished, this whole period? You know, it's not just about having a plan. It's a routines are powerful tools for um for you changing your life. They help you. And I can say it because I've been there. When I switched up my morning routine, things changed in my life. And don't put yourself in a place where you're already finding barriers to creating a routine. Because I remember I used to say, oh, the way my life is at this time, I can't really stick to a routine, especially the morning routine. We're too tired. There are kids, there's work, there's all of that. But you cannot afford not to have a routine, especially a morning routine. You cannot afford not to wake up that extra bit to set up a routine. That's how powerful daily routines are. That's how powerful daily routines are. It's not just a plan. It helps you greatly to maximize your productivity. Daily routines can be a game changer in your life. When you plan effectively, when you create that daily ritual, your stress level will reduce greatly. Your decision making will be at another level. You set the stage for a healthier life, happier life. All right. Routines are not something that you can afford not to have. They're not easy to set. All right. They need dedication, they need commitment, they need consistency, but you also have to set yourself up when it comes to routines, set yourself up appropriately. So to build routines, you need to set your intention and be realistic. All right. Know that some routines can become habits and some will not. So the things that you do daily, what we call automation in the brain happens and that becomes a habit. Some routine will not. They will just, you're cleaning your whole house, for example. It's not going to become a daily thing. Routines take patience, they take self-discipline, a big one, discipline, they take commitment. When you want to set a routine, when you want to set yourself up well for routines to stick, you need to prepare for roadblocks. What are the things that kept me from building routine or keep me daily from building routine? Or there was a particular routine I wanted to build in the past. What stopped me? Work proactively to remove those barriers before they show up. Write down your daily activities to figure out what you need to put in your routine. Set a goal for your routine. You saw earlier, I put an example of developing a reading routine. Set a goal for your routine. Okay. Be mindful of how you want your day to go, how you want your routine to be. And you can even time it. Because I remember when I started building routine, the first example of a routine I heard was from, I think it's Tony Robbins, and he called it the Power Hour. And he said, 20 minutes for, reading, 20 minutes for exercise, 20 minutes for doing spiritual stuff. So meditating, praying, and you can set it like that. And let me tell you what I did to start with. I will take my phone, I will set it 20 minutes, I will read. When it's 20 minutes, wherever I've gotten to, I will close it. And that's reading done. I would set the next 20 minutes, exercise. Once it's 20 minutes, once your brain can, like we said in SMART, once your brain can see the possibility of achieving something, it would more likely follow suit. All right. So that was how I started. And like I said, if you carry on doing it, commitment, consistency, doing it daily, it will become a habit. It will become part of you. And all of these benefits that I'm showing in front of you will be what you will get. You will maximize your productivity. You will achieve your goal. You will improve your physical and mental health. You will reduce stress. Oh my God, you reduce stress. You reduce stress, you reduce anxiety, you improve on your time management, your life will improve. So morning routine, like I said, this is how you start your day on the right foot. On the right foot. This is how you create an impactful life for yourself. This is how you maximize yourself, your life. It's, it's more than just getting out of bed and getting on with your to-do list. It's setting the tone for your day. The activities you engage in, especially during the morning hours, they have the potential to influence your mood, your decision making, your success throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout your life, and they determine your level of productivity. Okay. I've mentioned some of the things that I think is good for a morning routine. Waking up early. Waking up early. The early hours of the morning, they're often the most tranquil time, the most peaceful. The world is still, distractions are few. Your brain is at its highest in terms of processing information. When you wake up early, you give yourself the luxury of a quiet home. You give yourself the opportunity to focus mainly and solely on yourself. Oh, yes. It's the highest self-care you can give to yourself before the demands of the day kicks in. That's the time where nobody can come and disturb you or bother you. I was going to use the word there, but I choose not to. It will make you happier. That's what the scientists have said. Waking up early. And I remember, when I started on morning routine, yes, when I started on morning routine, I I just started waking up. Just try it, even if it's just waking up 15 minutes earlier than usual. And you can gradually, yes, 5 a.m. club, somebody's in there, and gradually begin to increase it. So start with maybe 15 minutes earlier. Or remember as well, because this is another pitfall that a lot of people fall into. They don't go to bed early. So if you don't go to bed early, you'll struggle to wake up in the morning. You will. You will. So start gradually, maybe do 15 minutes, move your clock back, maybe 15 minutes. Another good habit that is nice to put in your morning routine is moving your body. Moving your body. Physical activity isn't just good for your physical health, it's excellent for your mind. Just a quick exercise session in the morning, can jumpstart your metabolism, it can sharpen your focus, it can boost your mood. Just find something that you can include. Like I said to you earlier, when I started, I did 20 minutes. 20 minutes quick. Um, I'm being distracted by this comment by Fumi. Yet still, I'm on that table of sleeping late. Yeah, you will struggle. And we have to find a way to just be more efficient with our time. Especially, and this is why I'm spending time on the routine, because it's really important, especially the morning. It skyrockets your productivity. So I was saying, number two, move your body. Think of some exercise you can do, even if it's just dancing. I've heard from, I think it was Tony Robbins as well, your movement can move your mood. It can move your emotions. So when you move yourself, do a bit of exercise, you're not only improving your physical health, you're improving your mental health as well. All right. And it can help you be more productive. Another thing to think about, maybe affirmations. I started using affirmations, and, it shifts your mindsets. It shifts your confidence level. Have them written down, say them out loud, verbalize them as you hear them. Your brain is working and your subconscious is working towards becoming that person. Yes, indeed. I use Grow with Joe as well. So someone uses Grow with Joe as an exercise partner. Do that, go on YouTube. Grow with Joe is a good one. I use that as well. Another nice habit to include in your morning routine is mindfulness, meditation. Take a minute or two, even if it's just a minute or two, just sit still. It can greatly influence your day, it can greatly influence your productivity. Mindfulness can help you become more aware of your thoughts and your feeling, and makes it easier to manage your day-to-day life, makes you easier to to manage yourself. Even you become more self-aware. So find a quiet spot and just be quiet. Just listen to yourself. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Someone can testify to affirmation changing your mindset. Absolutely. Affirmations changed my life. It changed my life. Whatever area you're struggling with, whatever area you're struggling with, you can find affirmations to write. Write it and begin to verbalize it. Use the power of life and death that is in your tongue. Begin to say it. Speak it. Speak it. You've not seen it, but you're bringing that future into the present. Begin to speak it. Okay. Right. There's another little activity before we move on, and this one I don't have so much time. Activity 5 in your workbook is around routine. So for those that have routine, write it down quickly. What's your routine? What does it look like? From what we've said, what should your ideal routine be? Are there any changes you want to make? Think about that very quickly. Do I want to wake up 5 minutes earlier? Do I want to drink more water in the morning? Do I want to exercise? What time do I want to do it in the day? Another thing that's helped me is writing out time. So I say, okay, from 4:30 to 5, this is what I want to do. From 5 to 5:15, this is what I want to do. And then it just helps. It just helps guide the morning. It makes it more productive as well. Okay. So whilst I give you a minute to dive into your routine, and then I'll jump into, and I can't believe how quickly time is going. I'll jump into the last pillar that I think I'll be able to talk about today. Remember, I've listed a few strategies at the beginning which you can learn more about. Today we focus mainly on goal setting. If you set goals, you're more focused, you'll be more productive. If you adopt a routine, a morning routine, especially. There are other routines, by the way. There is work routine that you can explore. So, work routine, for example, monitor your energy. When are you most productive? Take frequent breaks. There is evening routine. How do you want to go to bed? What are the things you want to do? Do you want to journal in the evening just to clear your mind and sleep better? There are various routines that will help really shoot you up in terms of your productivity, which will help you enhance that productivity. Okay. For me, I'm sure you don't mind me reading this. That just caught my eyes. My routine is wake up, pray, and rush out to catch the bus. I need to include other productive tasks like going back to my exercise and affirmation. Absolutely, for me. Absolutely. And this is why it's good for you to be here. This is why it's good to write it down. My routine at some point in my life was something like that: wake up, get the kids ready, and rush out. And we are praying in the car, you know. But when I took the time to start doing what I'm telling you today, life is calmer, life is different, life is better. You're more productive. Just, move it back a bit. Rather than wake up at the time you're waking up, could you maybe wake up 15 minutes earlier? And even if it's just one habit you include, which is exercise, if it's just that one, so 15 minutes exercise, then pray, and then do everything else, you will feel by the time we get to December 2025, your level of energy will be higher, because um that's what exercising does for us. Exercising gives you energy. So some people are, I'm too tired, I can't exercise. But the reality of it is, when you exercise, you become more energetic. All right. So for me, that's my advice for you. Move it 15 minutes, do your exercise. Some people have suggested Grow with Joe. I love Grow with Joe. Do 15 minutes of it. It might be 15 minutes of the 30 minutes. Do 15 minutes, shut it down, and then carry on with the rest. Your affirmations, if it's already written, if it's not written, if you want to write a new one, write a new one. Even if it's when you're on the bus, you can say it to yourself. All right. And that's what I've just said there is what we call stacking habits. So one of your habits is you catch the bus, you do that. All right. And imagine there is no other time. Yes, stack a new habit on top of it. So read your affirmation whilst you're on the bus. And affirmations, they're usually like 5 minutes or so, but they have such a huge impact on your mindset, as in it's unreal. It changes your life like no man's business. All right. So that's my suggestion for you there, for me. Thank you for writing it out. There we go. Kendi has given us a routine as well. My routine is wake up, exercise. This shakes the tired. Yes, it shakes the tiredness. Then pray, then study, then prepare. And affirmations. Yes, add affirmations. Honestly, it's affirmations. I'm beautiful. I respect myself. I started with the kids. I started with, this is the day that the Lord has made. Why? Because I don't want any grumpy child. I will rejoice. I'll be glad in it. And I'm saying it. I'm like, yeah, this is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad. Another good habit that just comes to my mind as we're talking is gratitude. It shifts your mindset as well. When you include gratitude in your day, it shifts your mindset. You're grateful. The fact that you can even just wake up is enough to be grateful. And that just shifts your mood. Okay. So, there's something I wrote down here that I was thinking to skip, but since I saw Fumi's comment about flowing with Kende's routine, I'll tell you an example of a routine that I wrote down here. Wake up early, so wake up, hydrate, so I get a glass of water, drink, exercise, and then practice mindfulness. So spend time meditating, journaling, practicing gratitude. Like I said, it helps center you, reduces your stress. Then get some breakfast. Then goals, review your goal, plan your task, prioritize your to-do list for the day. Then spend some time on personal development. So read, learn, engage in something that will foster your personal growth. And then we start off with work. Someone else has put another example of routine there. I love it. Morning routine, 5 a.m. Water are beautiful. If you can drink a glass of water in the morning, it is good. Prayer, beautiful. Devotion, amazing. Affirmation and exercise, wonderful. And you can include in there something that will help your personal growth. So maybe read a book. I really find it useful to read in the morning. It's very good. Thank you so much for that. That is really good. That is really good. Okay. Should we move on, or has anyone got any other comments in that before I move on to the last part? Okay. So the last pillar, if you like, that I'm going to talk about this evening that will help skyrocket your productivity is planning. I read on the bus. Amazing. That's good. That's good. Yes. Sorry, before I go into planning, I just want to read this comment. Yes, gratitude is a game changer. It sets the tone for the day. Absolutely. It keeps me positive no matter what happens or crops up in the day. Absolutely, Adiola. It's gratitude, in fact, for any part of your life, any part of your day changes the wiring of our brain. You're upset, think, what can I be grateful for in this moment? Something is going on, think, what can honestly, gratitude is just mind blowing. And I'm beginning to see questions. Please, how do someone with multiple kids achieve such morning as you have read? I will take it. I will take that question. I have multiple kids. And when I started this journey, Olufumi, um, my kids, I have 3 kids under 5. All right. And I had just changed location. I had just changed work. Um, Life at home had just changed. So I was looking after these 3 kids and doing 3 school drop-offs in the morning and still getting into work. All right. So how I did it was to be more efficient with my time. And like I said, I started with let us wake up 15 minutes, 20 minutes earlier. All right. I started with clearly what are the things that I want to achieve in that morning? What are the habits that we can stack together? So remember I said at those initial times, we were saying affirmations in the car as you're going. And sometimes I'm walking them into the school. You're blessed. We're talking in that moment. So you might need to stack habits, but it has to first of all come from what are the things you want to do. So we've spoken about different things you can include in your morning routine. Write them all out. Which ones do you want to include? Do you want to exercise? And the secret is consistency. Even if it's just 5 minutes that you start with, by the time you stay consistent on it for at least a month, you will begin to see the benefits. So even if it's right, I want to wake up 20 minutes earlier, it means you must try to go to bed 20 minutes earlier too. There are some things that we do in the evening, especially moms, that you can leave. You can leave for another day, especially because you know the importance of routine. You can leave those ones. Don't stay up too late. Don't go roaming on social media. Leave all of those for later. Go to bed early. Try to wake up early. Have a clear map of what you want to do. So I wake up, I spend 5 minutes or 10 minutes on exercise, even if it's just 10 minutes, 10 minutes to pray and 10 minutes to read. That's enough. Just do it consistently and let the power of compounding bring the results, increase and improve your level of productivity. Hope that helps. Right. I've digressed a bit. Powerful. Gratitude is very powerful. Very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. It changes everything. When should you journal your gratitude, morning or evening? Oh, it really depends on you. I don't think it makes a difference. So I've journaled my gratitude in the morning before. Right now, I find that I'm doing it in the evening for no obvious reason. It's just I just want to end my day on a really positive note. So it's entirely up to you. I've journaled in the morning before. When I started, I used to journal in the morning. But my dear, I journal when it comes to gratitude. Sometimes I just do it anytime. Anytime when I need to change the way I'm feeling, when I need to change the way I'm thinking. And let me tell you something, I've used paper, so I have my journal and I've used my phone. Sometimes you're in a place where your paper is not, and you have to quickly change your mindset. I journal on my phone, there's in my notes, and I might be getting into Atinike's space now. In my notes on my phone, I have something that I've called gratitude, or what am I grateful for, something like that. And I just quickly write it, just a couple, 1, 2, 3 things. Think about it. What am I grateful for? And it just changes your mindset. So there really isn't, I don't think there's any set time. In the morning, we'll set the tone for your day nicely. In the evening, it will help you have a good night's sleep. In the afternoon, it will help change your mindset. All right. Right. Let us move on to planning. So planning. So I've heard it said that an hour of planning will save you 10 hours of doing. That's Dale Carnegie. And by failing to plan, you're planning to fail. So someone asked a question about how can I, imbibe a nice routine? You need to plan it. So I use Sunday night strategy. You planning on Sunday nights, how your week is going to go. You use a weekly planner. You plan the night before, how your next day is going to go. You review in the morning. You plan your month. How is my month going to go? All right. You take time, that time. Some people feel like, oh, I don't have the time. But like I said, planning for 1 hour will save you 10 hours of doing. It would shape your day, it would make you to run more effectively. All right. It would help you. And planning will give you clarity and focus. You'll be clear on your objectives. You will know how to prioritize your task. You will stay focused on what matters most. All right. What else is useful to say? I don't want to go into tools so much because Atinika is going to take us through tools in a minute. But I will probably quickly mention, before I get there, I'll mention a few benefits of planning. All right. When you plan, set yourself, time to plan. Put yourself aside in a place that is quiet and think through what are all the things that I need to do. Another thing that I find helpful is when something pops in my mind, I write it down on my list. So there's a big to-do list. From that, your big to-do list, then pick the things that need to be done in the week. All right. From your week, then pick the things that need to be done in the day. And try to plan your day the night before. If you manage not to do it the night before, try to at least do it in the morning. All right. If you want to be really out there, plan your year. Get a year planner and put everything in. All right. Get a wall calendar if you've got different kids. Get a wall calendar. It makes you more effective. It makes you more productive. Write the different activities there, because the way this country is, different activities are happening, different things are happening to the kids. And if you're not like that, on top of it, you will miss them. You'll be like those parents that are always last minute, which you don't want to be. By virtue of you attending today, you cannot afford not to be very effective and productive anymore. All right. When you plan, you reduce stress level. You'll be more organized. You'll be more calm in your head. When you have a plan, it will reduce uncertainty. You'll be better in your decision making as well. You will know the things you can include in your day. When you get an invitation, you will know the things you can say yes to and the thing that's got to be no. You will know how to allocate your resources effectively. It will help you as well when you plan. Like I said, if you have goals and you don't plan, it just stays as a wish. You'll be able to track your progress as well when you plan effectively. You'll be able to monitor your progress. You'll be able to identify the milestones accomplished. You'll be able to celebrate them. You make adjustments as needed to be able to stay on track. And ultimately, of course, you will increase your productivity. Be flexible with your plans as well. Sometimes you need to adapt them. Sometimes you need to change. But when you have a plan, it increases your confidence and motivation. All right. And this one was just, helping you stay motivated. Now that you've heard those 3 pillars that we've talked about, goal setting, routines, planning, to stay on them, to stay motivated. Remember visual reminders, especially for your goals. Be accountable. Find some sort of accountability system to adopt. Track your goals, track your progress throughout this year if you want to stay at that level of productivity. And we've talked a lot about affirmations, we've talked a lot about mindfulness. Maintain a positive mindset throughout the year. All right. Even if you feel you're trying to adopt a new approach, a new routine, you feel, but adopt a positive mindset. Right. Let me see. I think okay. I just included this in here. This is a summary of all I've said. This is the GPS model that I developed to taking us, through productivity. And we've already talked about everything. We've talked about goal setting. When you set your goals, you have a clear goal. You make sure you use that SMART technique. Then you you prioritize your goals, you plan, what actions do I need to take? What's the frequency? What's my week looking like? Planning, getting routines in, let it become a habit. Incorporate your goals into your routine is the P, and then make sure you've set systems and strategies in place. We've talked about Atineke is going to take us through technologies and tools in a second. Think about time blocking, which I didn't remember to say, but block times, when do I want to do this activity? How long do I need? Or time map. I've got a time map on my website as well that you can download for free. You can map out your daily activity. How am I going to track my goals? How am I going to track my progress? Every day, how am I going to stay accountable? And remember, the secret is consistency. Even if it's just 5 minutes you're going to do, the secret is consistency. Okay. Right, I'm going to hand over to Atineke. Before I do, I'm just going to take this question very quickly. How do I begin mindfulness? What do I meditate on? So, I'll tell you how I began mindfulness. I just sat down for 2 minutes. And that 2 minutes, my dear, was very, very long. It felt very, very long. You just let your thoughts come and go. You're not setting the frame of what you meditate on. You can do focused meditation. You can if you're a Christian, for example, you can get a verse to think on. Yeah, in your moment of sitting quietly. But most times, just sit down with your thoughts. Let your thoughts come and go. Sometimes in the moment of in the moment of meditation, I get ideas come. In that moment, I quickly write down, but I go back to being quiet. Just close your eyes and be quiet. And like I said, when I started, 2 minutes was a long time. So guess what I did? I set my time. I set my timer and I used to peep. Is this thing still working? 2 minutes, 2 minutes was so long, but you start gradually. You start gradually, but you sit down there and you just let your thoughts come, let it flow. And sometimes as well, I've meditated on what I want changed. So say, for example, I'm not feeling happy or I'm not feeling great in an area. I take a line, that is positive, that is countering that lie. And I'm like, no, I am actually blessed. And that's what I keep quiet and I'm thinking over. And you just let the time go. And you're just more peaceful, thereafter. So that's what you do, Nonya. And you gradually build on that. Okay. And I think that's me done, Atineke.
Thank you very much. Can you all hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much for this session. So, before we come back to questions and answer, I know you guys have a lot of questions to ask. Please keep dropping them in the chat box. I'm just going to run us through some digital tools and apps that can really help productivity. Yeah, so let me start right now. Okay, so first and foremost, I know Bola has said a lot about goals and habits, and this is a tracker I'm definitely going to recommend to everyone. It's the most detailed tracker I've ever seen. It's a paid tracker, right? But I bet you it's worth every dime you spend. And because the person who developed this tracker is a member of PSP, she has oh God, spare me the English. So she's giving us 50% discount till the end of the month for us to get this tracker. And here is the link to the tracker. If you can see it scrolling, I'm going to drop it in the box, in the chat box. So please just do yourself this good. This tracker will make life easy for you. If you're struggling with coming up with goals, developing your goals, don't know how to go about it, or if you're struggling with habits, so this tracker is very, very detailed. Let me see if I can quickly share my screen so you have an idea of what it really looks like, so that it's not as if I'm just okay, let's go on. I'm going to, I thought I had it open, so I could just run you through what the tracker really looks like, and you will see that it's really worth it. This is something I'm using personally, and I know is going to be very, very helpful for everyone of us to. Let me know if you can see my screen. I hope it won't take too long to share. Oh, okay. So this is what the tracker looks like, right? So yeah, you set your high level goals. You have like 10 different categories. You set it. You have a start date, end date. You can track your progress. You see SMART goals, just 5 main goals. See, you have the start date, end dates. You can track your progress. Then for each of these, so for instance, let's take spiritual, you break it down further. What does accomplishing this goal look like? Why do I want this? How do I measure success? Then if you scroll here, you see what are the habits you need to commit to. What dates do you want to accomplish it? Who are the people that are going to hold you accountable for it? It is a very, very detailed tracker, and please make sure you get it. I'll stop sharing this and I'll quickly run through the productivity tools that I have that I want to discuss with us. So I'm not an IT person, but I'm someone that believes that this life is not meant to be hard. This life is not meant to be hard, right? There are some tools, there are some apps and technology that you can utilize to make life very, very easy for you. And I'm going to quickly run through that. And I posted in the broadcast, I'm also going to do a quick run through on Amazon Alexa. So I've posted the link. If you want to get that tracker, here's the link. Just go to Etsy, download it. Life no suppose hard, my sister. It no suppose hard. Anything to make life easy, I'm in for it. And thank God technology has made life sweet and easy for us. So let me just quickly run you through some tools. So categories of some apps, apps on time management, tool management and to-do list, note-taking and organization, collaboration and communication, and also Alexa. I know we've had conversations around Alexa on the group. I'm going to do a little bit, talk more about it. So for time management, app block. If you are the type that wants to get things done and you don't want any distraction, I'll recommend app block. I personally use app block during weekdays. So my working hour is 9 to 5. So I block 9 to 12:30, meaning that I can't go on any social media between 9 and 12:30. Right, I can't go on social media on my phone, and so it depends on you. There's a way you can set it to block. So what it does really is it blocks app that are distracting. Social media is a very big distraction for a lot of us, so I block most of my social media channels. So between a certain time, I can't access it until it unblocks it for me. So there's a paid version, there's a free one. I use the free one. I can recommend that. Then Focus at Will is also one. Then Forest Focus, the way that one works is you when you set a timer. So for instance, I want to focus on this session for 25 minutes. So I set the timer. As long as I'm on that app, my tree will keep building, to keep building trees. But once I leave that app, then it starts dying off. So I mean, all this app would definitely help you. You might want to screenshot this. Just go on. Sorry, I'm an Android user. I'm sure this app will also be on iPhones too, but I know they're on Play Store. Then scheduling and calendar. Please, if my slide is hanging, what happened? So for iPhone users, if you know the I don't know, my slide is hanging. Okay, so I use Google Calendar a lot. I am sure iPhone 2 would have its own. I don't know what name it's called. Sorry, as I said, I'm an Android user. Google Calendar is a lifesaver. If I have a conversation with someone and we agree to do something in a particular date, the first thing I'm doing is I'm putting it in my calendar. I'm setting a reminder. I mean, there's nothing that is not on that Google Calendar. In fact, maybe I want to call someone in the next 10 minutes, or I want to call someone, I will put it there because it just has a way of prompting me. So I'll recommend Google Calendar, or I think Apple too has its own. Please always use it. You can set reminders for people's birthday. You know, sometimes people just like, you remember my birthday, remember this. I didn't keep it in my head. I actually use calendar. So, and it just prompts me when it's time, like, oh, this person's birthday is today, or you need to do this. I mean, I would have so many hospital appointments that I would have forgotten, if not for Google Calendar. So it's something that would really help your productivity. Microsoft Outlook Calendar, it's a bit more professional, but you can also have it on your phone. If you have an Outlook account, you can use it, and it's so easy to sync to. Then Calendly, if you need to schedule calls, if you need to schedule calls with people, you can use Calendly. Yes, thank you, Fumi. School runs, pick up time, birthdays, Google Calendar, that's it. I don't know why my slide is hanging for whatever reason. Let me see if I can open it here. Okay, so the next one is task management and to-do list. Yes, Google Task. I mean, I'm an Android. I'm an Android lover, so anything Google, just count me in. So Google Tasks too would also help you. You can itemize your to-do list. What I want. You remember when Bola said that you bring in the large work, whatever you want to do, just dump it, then itemize it. Which one needs to go first? When is the deadline? So Google Tasks, the Microsoft to-do list too would also help you. There's a place where you can put deadline. Okay, I need to get this done by so time. See, all these tools will make life easy for you. Instead of you racking your head and having to think, oh, what do I want to do? Just dump everything there. Note-taking and organization. I know a lot of people believe in the traditional way of writing down things in your journal. It's fine, but honestly, in this century, I would recommend people to do more of digital note-taking, because there are times someone says something, you need to put it down. You don't have a pen, you don't have a paper around. So what's the next thing you do? Just bring out your phone and just stop it. So it's easy to organize. You can take it anywhere with you as long as you have your mobile phone with you. Then search. There are times that I've dropped something and I'm just trying, okay, where did that? Once I drop a common phrase or a common word, it pops out what I'm looking for. So it's easy to search on. Like if I have to keep opening my journal, I don't say journal is not good, it's fine. I also keep hard copy journal, but I do more of the digital ones. Then you can access it across device. So even if you don't have your laptop with you, even if it's your mobile, or if you don't have your mobile with you and it's just a laptop, it syncs across all devices. So no, my number one go-to is Google Keep. And Google Keep just keeps updating every time. Now you can create labels, you can categorize your contents or whatever you have done. I mean, this section that we just had, everything is on my Google Notes, so I can label it. Okay, webinar on productivity. You can tag it. You can even upload pictures. Now there's the option for you to upload image on it. The Microsoft OneNote 2 is another one, and Evernote 2 is another one. So let me know in the comment section which one you use. For iPhone users, please help me put the one for iPhone. I think iPhone 2 has Note. Then there is Samsung Note for those that use Samsung too. But for me, Google Keep is it anything, anytime. Please let me know the ones you use or you're familiar with. Oh, thank you, Joy. I use Google Keep a lot. Yeah, thank you. Collaboration and communication tools, Google Meet and Zoom. I mean, they are just so common. You can use Google Meet, you can use Zoom. I don't know where my slide is hanging. Okay, so I think the next one is going to talk about is file sharing, and I want to dwell a bit more on one of the files. Let me see if I can put it up again. I don't know why it is hanging. Okay, so the next one is file sharing and communication. So I would encourage everybody, if you can commit to subscribing to a Microsoft, maybe a family package. So family package allows you to so if you subscribe, then you can also share with 5 other people. You may want to team up with your friends, making 6 of you. I think is now 100 and something pounds. It used to be like 70 something pounds. I do get a discount of 30% for workplace something. So if you can contribute, like 6 of you can come together and less than 20 pounds and just get a Microsoft family package. It's a big lifesaver, and one of the things I like, apart from the fact that you can access apart from the fact that you can download Microsoft Word, Excel, you don't have to use the crack version. You have the original, and you can save, sync across device. It also has OneDrive. OneDrive gives you data up to 1 terabyte, and what that means is that I can dump everything on my laptop in my OneDrive. I've been able to sync across devices. So on my phone, I have the OneDrive. Sometimes I go out and I need to pick up an information from my laptop. I don't have to start carrying my laptop everywhere. Just from my phone, I just go to my OneDrive and I'll download whatever I want to download and share. And I just download whatever I want to download. So please, if you can make that investment, I mean, there are times that you just need to pay for apps, you just need to pay for tools, because it's a big lifesaver. Just imagine that your laptop crashed, God forbid, right? But what if it happens? What are you going to do? I think I just need to share my screen from here. I don't know why my slide is not moving. So please, Microsoft OneDrive, it's a good file share. I know people use Google Drive, but Google Drive is limited because you have just 15 gig, except you want to pay more. But I feel OneDrive, I can back up my old system, just download the app. So what I do, even when I'm working, I just save straight to Google OneDrive. If my system crashed today, God forbid, I cannot lose any data because everything is backed up in the cloud. So please, I would recommend you invest. So other file sharing tools are Google Drive and Dropbox. But I think those ones, I believe, if you can pay for that family package, is cheaper. So it's about 100 and something, right? So and 6 people can have it. So, and also another thing, it comes with Microsoft Defender. So for safeguarding, what's it called? For security, online security. So for instance, if your children are going to be using your account, you can block some unhealthy apps so that they don't have access to it. So it comes with loads of packages. I would definitely recommend everybody get OneDrive. You can collaborate with like 6 of your friends, and you guys can just pay for that. Okay, that's that. Joy is asking, which one do you recommend for families to use for in-house communication? Families, I mean, how old is it, including children? I think WhatsApp, regular WhatsApp is fine. I use it a lot. Yeah, regular WhatsApp. So let me just quickly do a quick run through on Amazon. I know we've had this conversation on the group, and I promised I was going to do a run through on Amazon Echo Dot. So Echo Dot is a product of Amazon, and it's an AI, artificial intelligence, meaning it's not real human, but tends to behave like human, right? But it's a good productivity tool that has really, really helped me a lot. And I know it's going to help you guys too. So Echo Dot, that's the name of the device, but the AI is called Alexa. I'm sure you must have had Alexa. I know we've had that conversation several times on the group. So what does it do? So it's a compact design and it has voice command functionality. It's also good for smart home integration. Then you can also listen to music on it. How do you set it up? So this is sold on Amazon. During Black Friday, the price was as low as I think 24 or 26 pounds. I think it's now about 40 something pounds. If you can wait, probably they will do Valentine or what's the next event? Maybe Easter promo too. It will come down. But I think this is a good device. Anyone, if you have a good Wi-Fi network in your house, I think this is a good device you need because it just makes life easy. So this is how to set up. Once you have this device, unbox it, download Alexa app, and connect to Wi-Fi. So you need a Wi-Fi to be able to utilize and maximize this Alexa. Then you can personalize your experience. So for you to benefit more on Alexa, it depends on how much knowledge you have about it. I know some people have it and they're like, I don't know I can do this, I don't know I can do this. So I'm going to run you through the things you can do on Alexa. Like I said, the capabilities now here is it's a voice assistant. It has voice assistant features. That means you can say, Alexa, do this for me. Alexa, do that, right? You can use it to play music. Then if you have the Echo Show has a screen that you can use to watch movies. So Echo Dot is just more of audio. And there are different variations. There is it Echo Pop or something? But I know Echo Show is the video form. There's smart home control. So for instance, I said I like to make life easy for me. So one of the things I did was to change my bulbs to smart bulbs such that I don't have to stand up from my table to go and turn off my lights. I could just say, Alexa, turn off my lights, and the light goes off.
The light isn't responding.
Okay,
Please
sorry,
check that
that's
the
one here.
manual switch is
Hey,
turned
Alexa,
on
stop.
and that the device has power and is online.
All right. So, I mean, I have so synced it. I have so many of my gadgets that are synced to Alexa. I have my camera synced to it. I have smart sockets too. Smart sockets because, so for instance, my washing machine is connected to a smart socket. And that's because electricity is cheaper in the midnight. So it comes up around 12:30 to start washing, and once it's done, it turns off itself. My bed heater is connected to a smart socket. Once it's 8 p.m., it begins to warm the bed. So by the time I'm ready to sleep, my bed is warm. Soft life gang. Anything to make life easy, I'm in for it. So Alexa can actually do all that for you. So managing daily tasks, Alexa can help you manage your daily tasks. You can just say, Alexa, set a reminder for. I use it a lot when I tell my children it's time to tidy up. So once it's 6:30, Alexa tells them it's time to tidy up, and it starts playing tidy up song. I don't have to be there. Sometimes I'm upstairs on my system and Alexa is already singing. They know what to do. I have so much automated things such that I don't have to be there. They know, okay, once Alexa starts singing, then it's also good for morning runs. Yes, you can play YouTube with it. Yes, you can sync YouTube music with it. So once it's 6:45, Alexa starts the day. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Then the next thing, the light in the room comes on. I know my daughter doesn't like that light coming on. So once that light comes on, she has to get up from the bed. Then you start playing music, start playing worship song in the morning. It's just a good way to start your day too. So I start their day, plays worship song in the background till they get out of bed. And, it just times them. Once it's also time, okay, it's time to leave for school. So many advantages. So you can set alarm on it. Then sometimes I do countdown. Alexa, count down to 5 minutes. Maybe I need them to do a task immediately and they are slowing down. Just time them like, okay, you need to get this done. So Alexa can help you with that. Now, okay. So you can also create and manage your to-do list. Bola talked about having a to-do list. Alexa can help you. Just tell Alexa, I need to do this, and this, and remind me to do this, remind me to do this by this time. Alexa can actually do that for you. It can help you schedule calendar events. You can just say, Alexa, add so to my events or to my calendar. Then it can help you optimize your environment. So if you want to play music, if you want it loud, Alexa will increase it. If you want it gentle, cool, Alexa will do that. Just it responds more to voice commands, although you can do some settings on the app too. Then it helps you control smart home devices. So if you have smart gadgets, smart bulbs, smart sockets, anything smart, and almost all these smart gadgets have that Alexa feature. I mean, you can sync it with Alexa. Like literally almost every smart gadget now can do that. You can automate your home. You can say once it's 7 a.m., 7 p.m., turn on all the lights in the house. I mean, you can just do all that settings on Alexa. Yeah, you can automate your routines. I do that. I use that a lot for the kids' routines, so that even if I'm not at home, Alexa is prompting them on what to do. Okay, it's time. So once it's 7 o'clock, Alexa will tell them it's time to start your bedtime routine, brush your teeth, change into your pajamas, and get ready for the night. So they know once it says that, they go upstairs, go and brush and do everything they have to do. So, it just makes life easy once you're able to automate some of these systems, and it saves you from yelling and shouting all the time. Hey, have you done this? No. I mean, they know once Alexa has given them that prompt, they follow it. Then you can also access information and resources efficiently. You can ask Alexa, what's the topic, what's the topic for discussion? I mean, what's going on in London today? Alexa is going to give you all that information. You can ask about weather. So sometimes I want to do school run, and like, what's the weather for today, so that you know whether you double the layer of the clothes you are going to wear, or you can just wear one jacket. So Alexa can tell you weather, can tell you traffic. Okay, what's happening? What's the traffic like? Hope the road is clear and everything. Alexa can do all that. Yeah, that's that on Alexa. I was hoping we could do a brief demo, but I've taken so much of Bola's time. So yeah, I think we can take the conversation further into the room. So I can I'll just do a screen recording of the demo on how to automate some of these things, then I'll share on the group. Yeah, thank you so much. I'll hand you over to Bola. If you have any questions, please do well to put in the comments section so that we can take it. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Atinike. Thank you so much. There's a question that I wanted us to go back to. There's a question I saw from Joy around which one do you recommend for families to use for in-house communication? And I think what you're referring to is something like a joint calendar. So I love writing. I'm still very old school. Atinike knows me. I'm still very old school. So I use a wall calendar that has each column for each person in the house. So when something pops up, we put it in there. So I plan the year out in that calendar so that we know when the holidays are, we know when things are, when there is PE, we know when there is a trip or whatever. So that's what we use. But I know a friend that also uses Google Calendar, and she, she raves about that Google Calendar. So you can she raves about it so much, when a productivity workshop, maybe last week or 2 weeks ago together. And she talks about how, something she hears about, maybe a news of what's going on in their school. She pops it in. Her husband can hear information, maybe at a meeting, they pop it in. So they jointly work together through that Google Calendar. So those are the ones I know to recommend, where you can have that joint visibility for what's going on. So hopefully that answers that for you, Joy.
I think so. So any question, if you have any question, just drop in the comment section so that we can spend the remaining minutes to talk about that. I'm not seeing any question yet.
I think we've taken a few questions as we went along, haven't we?
Yes, I think so.
We've taken the questions that we went, yeah.
Any question before we call it a day? Yeah, we are in tech life now. The life we were born does not exist. We need to be IT savvy, and anything that can just make life easy and sweet, please just go for it. Just go for it. Thank you so much. Please, can we show in our emojis? Let's show Bola that we love and appreciate that. I mean, it was a very powerful session. Someone sent me a chat and said we need to listen to this webinar again. Video on how to maximize Alexa. Yes, I'm going to do it. Or maybe I think we still have some minutes left. I think I'll just quickly do a run through on that. Let me see my phone link up. Bola, do you mind? This is a session. Do you mind if I can just quickly do?
No, that's absolutely fine. Since there isn't any question. No, I don't have anything else
Okay.
other than to say, make sure you plan every day well, because when you plan every day well, you would increase your productivity. Make sure you create a to-do list. Make sure you set clear goals every day. Make sure you prioritize your task. Allocate time blocks like we've talked about. Use effective tools like we've talked about. Create morning routine. Limit distractions. Create nice environment. Take breaks. Reflect. Adjust. And increase your productivity. Maximize your productivity and go be all you were born to be. So thank you so much, PSP, for having me. I might duck out of the room if that's okay for my next But thank you so much for having me. And I'm wishing everybody the very best. Have a great year ahead.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We celebrate you. Thank you. Thank you. Amazing session. All right. So we have just 30 more minutes. Let me just quickly do a quick run through on Alexa, how to use Alexa. I'm going to share my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen. Okay, so this is Alexa on my phone. This is what it looks like. If you have downloaded the app, this is what it looks like. And this page is your favorite things you like to put on it. And so here are your devices. So these are just the list of the devices I have: sensors, smart orbs. So my lights. So I labeled all my lights. So yeah, so these are just the gadgets that are connected to Alexa, right? So for routines, I think that's what most people really need Alexa for. So for routine, if you click this third button here, that's the more button, right? I think I need to, let me stop scrolling this so that we can see well. Okay, so Let me know if you are following. If you want to ask any question, please feel free to drop in the question. In the comments section. So this is routine. You click on routine. So these are the routines that I have at the moment. Let me see which one we can start with. Let's start with, so this is the morning routine. This is what morning routine looks like. So weekdays, it's set at weekdays 6:45 a.m. Once it's 6:45, Alexa will say, "This is the day that the Lord has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it." Hallelujah. So that's the first thing that comes on. Once it's 6:45, automatically Alexa says that. Then it waits for 30 seconds. So it's just like programming. I'm not a programmer, but at least I did a bit of data analysis. So you just say wait for 30 seconds. Then the next command, it says wakey wakey, it's time to prepare for school. Then the light comes on. So because I know, like I said earlier, my light too is automated. So it comes on and the brightness is set to 50%. So once it comes on, by default, my daughter doesn't like that bright light. So it wakes her up. I'm in my room. I don't need to get up to go and wake them up. Alexa does all this for me. And once the light comes on, the next command is start playing morning song. And this is the song that I've set, Morning Devotion by Tim Godfrey. So it starts, "Good morning, Jesus. Good morning, Lord." So it starts that session. So this is their morning routine. This is what it looks like. So once they start playing, they automatically get out of bed, have their quiet time, and then start preparing for school. So to set that, right, so this is where we started from. This is what my Alexa looks like. You come to more, then you come to routines. Please, can you still see my screen? I hope I still have people following me. I'm trying to break it down as easy as possible. So you come to routine. Please, if you are still on the call, if you are still following, please let me know. Just drop something in the comment section so that I know I'm not talking to myself. Okay, thank you, Kenny. Thank you. So you come to this plus sign, right? And yeah, okay, so let's name the routine. So let's name it maybe PSP. Okay. So I can't use my keyboard because this is actually my phone screen that you're looking at. So let's say PSP. So what's the event? What do I want Alexa to do? Okay, you can see. All right, so please let's suggest. Just tell me what do you want Alexa to do? What do we do? So yeah, you can say maybe you want Alexa to say something, or you want to schedule something, or you want it to automate something. Do you want it to detect sound? Do you want alarm? So let's say I want Alexa to remind me about a webinar, for instance. So I can say Alexa will say it's time for PSP webinar, right? So you can say it's time for PSP webinar. Next. So do I want it to do another event? So what else? Okay, what because I said it's time for PSP webinar, so Alexa knows that okay, there has to be a time attached to it. So he's asking me schedule. At what time do I want it to say that word? So probably I can say 1955. Do I want it repeated or a one-off? If I don't want it repeated, I could just cancel this. So that means is one-off. So I just want it for today. I save it. Then next. Then if you want to add another action, okay, so once it's that time, what else do I want Alexa to do? Probably I want Alexa to turn off a light, to turn on a light, maybe. So he's asking me which of the lights do I want to turn on. So I've labeled my bulb. So this is for my workstation. I can say, okay, turn on my workstation lights, for instance. So it's asking me power. I want the power on. Brightness, how bright do you want it? I can adjust it high or low, so you can set it. Then do you want color? My bulb is not a colored one, so I can't. So if it to be a colored one, I can change and just choose whatever color I want, right? So next, do I want another action? Do I want it to play music? Aha, that's another thing. So for you to be able to play music on Alexa, you need to have Amazon Music. You don't need to pay for all this. There's a subscription part, but I use the free one. So I have Amazon Music, and under Amazon Music, I have my music library where I have some songs listed. And the way Alexa works now is, so for instance, if in my library I have, so if I ask it to play maybe Tim Godfrey's songs, once it's done with that song, then because Alexa over time has known that, okay, these are the type of songs I listen to, then it start playing similar songs. So it can play Moses Blaze song, it can play Mercy Chinwo's song, but Alexa over time has noticed that, okay, this person listens to Christian songs or gospel music, so it just shuffles in, can put in Nathaniel Bassey. So I can say, Alexa, play me Judah by I need to type here, Judah by Dunsin Oyekan. All right. So I save it. So you can add as many actions as you want it to do. So this is still one routine. Oh, remember, we are saying, Alexa, when it's 19:55, tell me it's time for PSP. Turn on my work table bulb. Play Judah by Dunsin Oyekan. You can still tell it to do more things. You can put in calendar. You can drop in notification. You can tell Alexa to tell you what the traffic is. You can tell it, okay, wait 30 minutes, after 30 seconds say this or do this. I mean, the list is just so much. So I have my plugs here. These are my smart sockets, so I can, okay, turn on my freezer or turn on my this. Then what else? Yeah, cameras. Yeah, smart up. So any question? I'm not seeing any question. Yeah, so this is how literally it works. Let me change this to 18, 1958. Yeah, and let's see whether. So it's asking me, okay, so because I have two of these gadgets, so it's asking me which of the two do I want it to play from. Which one is here? Okay, I think the second one is here. So in 1 minute, it's going to. Yes, you can use it on. I'm using a free version. I don't have a paid Alexa version. I'm using a free version of Alexa. So yes, you can do all of this on free version. Yes, you can do it on a free version. So that's it. That's it basically about Alexa. You can, this is your calendar. You can share, you can add events. I use Google Keep for calendar, so I don't really use Alexa. I only use it more for routine. It just helps me. So another routine is, okay, see, children's cleanup. So once it's 6:30, did you see every day at 18:30, Alexa would say it's time to tidy up. Then it starts playing Tidy Up Roomba for 20 minutes. Tidy up Roomba. Then once it's done, so that means they have 20 minutes to tidy up. So once the timer has finished, to tell them your 20 minutes timer has finished. Then it cheers them up. Oh, well done, good job. Then it says good job and well done. And that's the end of that routine. I mean, you can add as many things as you like. Okay, so it's Yeah, did you see the setting we made? I don't know if you can hear the sound in the background. I asked you to play Judah. So he's playing Juicy Oyeko, but he's playing another song from Juicy Oyeko. I don't know if you can hear the background. Alexa, stop. So because if you are using the free version, so that's the challenge with free version, is that sometimes Alexa decides the song for you. So I asked it to play Judah by Juicy Oyeko. It's playing me. First it was Fragrance by Juicy Oyeko. So after that, it might now play Judah. But because it's free version, Alexa decides what it wants to do, but it will still obey your artist. At least you still play something similar to what you want. So that's just the, but I use free versions for Alexa. Any question? Yeah, okay, so there are bedtime activities. Let me just show you what it looks like. So once is 6:55, so that's after the 20 minutes timer for them to tidy up. Then it says it's 6:55. It will be bedtime in 35 minutes. So it programs their mind that you have 35 minutes to get ready for bed. Then then you wait for 5 minutes, and then it's time for bedtime routines. Brush your teeth, change into your pajamas. Then he plays Wonderful Wonder. That's our bedtime song. Start playing Wonderful Wonder by Nathaniel Bassey on Amazon Music. Then after 30 minutes, it plays the bell. Then it announces it's now time for bed. So, I mean, this gadget just has a way of making life easy. I mean, sometimes I travel a lot. Sometimes even if I'm not around and it's my husband that is at home with them, with this, it just prompts them, okay, this is the next thing to do. Someone is asking, how does it operate with electrical sockets? Did you have to buy this? Yes, so I had to buy smart sockets. I'll recommend Tapo. Tapo has smart sockets. You can buy the 4-in-1. Then there's the package for, when I bought my second Alexa, there's a combo pack of, so it comes with Alexa and one smart socket. So you can buy that combo too. But I have that Tapo 4-in-1. That was what I got. So you have to buy, Alexa is just Alexa. Every other thing you have to buy separately. I bought Tapo smart bulb too. You can buy the bulb too. For the actions if necessary. Yeah, by way of speaking, to take actions, yes, you can. But for routine, I had to come to the app to set the routine so that it's, you can see it's arranged, do this, after this, do this, wait for this, do this. I think it just makes life quite easy and organized. Any other question? I think we have short our time. I hope we enjoyed this session, and I hope this was quite explanatory on its own. If you have further questions, please feel free to chat me up on the group, or you can chat me up, you can private chat me. I would be glad to run you through this. And thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining today's session. We've had a lot today, so please go and win. You have what it takes for you to win this year. You have what it takes for you to enhance your productivity. We've shared digital tools that can help you maximize your productivity. Bola shared strategies that you can use. So please don't just be the hearer alone, also be the doer. And I can't wait to hear your success stories. I wish you all the best. Thank you once again for joining. And special thanks to our host for today, Fumi. Thank you so much for doing this today. Thank you everyone for tonight, and have an amazing weekend and a lovely night rest. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, you can catch a replay once after this. Yes, you can catch it. Please do it to like and subscribe. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are begging, please. And don't forget, you need this. You need the goal tracking goal and habit tracker. You need it, please. I'm recommending it, and you know we've gotten 50% discount, so please just maximize the discount before the deadline. Thank you, everyone, once again. Have a good evening. Bye. Yeah, I was gonna